We do not have anyone in person to make public comment, but I do have 7 speakers on the Zoom platform. So if you'd like, I can start with those.
Yes, please.
Great. Audit LA, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Good morning, commissioners. And Ms. Madsen, I want to talk about the Scientology lawyer Kendrick Moxon. You know, just for background, he was the unindicted co-conspirator in Snow White, which I wish you would look up. It's the biggest infiltration of the U.S. government by Scientology, and the precursor to them, you know, hornswoggle, getting their way to getting their 501c3 status. That being said, he's going to the city attorneys complaining and crying like a little girl, well, I shouldn't say little girl, like a child, like stomping his feet, that I am demanding, I go to all these meetings to demand that everything, all the rules be enforced correctly. Okay, so why would he sit there crying about me demanding things being enforced unless there's things that need to be enforced? So he's really just telling everybody that, yes, we're breaking the rules all the time, but how dare this woman come and demand that the city government enforce the rules against us? I mean, literally, I have this. I'm going to be releasing it, but it's
That's
so
all
ridiculous.
your time for today.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next up, we have Georgina McPhee. Georgina, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm concerned with the constant abuses of the Church of Scientology of the street permits. They've been closing off L. Ron Hubbard Way continuously for the past year, over a year. They play really loud music. They play the same song over and over again, which is a well-known torture tactic, and they have it at full volume over and over and over. That street should never be closed off. That street is a direct access route to 2 major hospitals, Children's and Kaiser's Hospital. That street needs to be opened up to the public. I don't know why this street isn't open to parking. It should have metered parking there. It would make the city at least $1,000 a day, which would repair the sidewalks in the area and help maintain street structure in that area. Closing off that street closes off an avenue of escape for their members that are trying to escape. I beg you to please look up the Maureen Bolstad story and how she tried to escape, and it took her another 3 years. They have.
Next up, we have Jill. Jill, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I impress upon you to no longer grant permits to the child trafficking cult of Scientology. They are covering up crimes by obstructing people's rights and not providing a copy of the permit at their events. They are obviously trying to cover things up because they've been asking for the street vacation. And I hope you're not working with a corrupt attorney, Bill Delvac, that's trying to push for that. People have to be held accountable. It's not rules for me and different rules for me. That's not how it works in our country. And Nathan Hochman, DA, dropped the charges against a certain protester for taking some property down, saying it's a hate crime, because it's not a hate crime if you're protesting something that's hurting people, that are abusing people, that are atrocities. Bye.
Thank you. Next up, we have Gigi's phone. Gigi, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Hi. So first off, if I had any say, if I had a vote on who could be president next, I would say that I think that Commissioner Grant should be president, but I don't know if he even would want to be. So if he wanted to be, I say I support Grant. Commissioner Mitchell, you're another good choice. Back to the main thing though, no one has been able to verify to me from the city that there is no parking on L. Ron Hubbard Way. I've talked to several different departments. I have no idea who to talk to, because it's like you talk to one person, they say, no, it's their job. And you keep going back and forth to all these different departments, but no one can verify that there's no parking. So can you guys look into it and put metered parking? If it's not no parking, go ahead and make some money for the city. The city needs money. Put in metered parking on L. Ron Hubbard between Fountain and Sunset.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Lurker. Lurker, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Good morning. It's another day of all of us calling in to, repeat, repeat, repeat. This is, the reason we've come to you is because we've exhausted the other avenues. This is insane. What can be done? There are people trapped in those buildings. They're trapped in their own minds. The tactics that organization uses on people, and you may have been, targeted your own self just for doing your job or trying to do your job. This needs to end. It has gone on too long. We're all waiting. We're all counting on you. You're the closest we have to justice.
Thank you. Next, we have Miriam. Miriam, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. The city continues to issue event permits on L. Ron Hubbard Way that blatantly violate municipal code and ADA regulations. Both sidewalks are supposed to remain open during any event, yet every time the cult of Scientology hosts an event, both are illegally blocked. This is not just a nuisance, it's discrimination. Even wheelchair users are denied access by armed guards, while others are singled out and banned based on perceived opposition to the cult. This is selective enforcement that protects a powerful organization at the expense of public rights. The board is complicit if it continues to ignore this. Enforce your own rules. Stop issuing permits that allow criminal organizations like Scientology to hijack public space and violate civil rights.
Next up, we have Henri Marini. You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I hereby demand that the city attorney prosecute Scientology for the egregious public right-of-way violations that happened for about a year over at the L. Ron Hubbard Way Blue Building campus. Scientology deserves to have an injunctive order be placed on it where they cannot obtain any more permits for any special events and are officially added to a public list of bad standing. That's a bare minimum for the LAMC 56, 11, and 12 violations in addition to the fines, in addition to the criminal prosecution. This is the responsibility and literally the duty of the city attorney's office. And in fact, it's what Heidi repeatedly touts she's trying to do by holding city officials accountable with her public integrity division. Yet it fails to repeatedly do so. Put an injunctive order on them.
Thank you. That's all your time for
prosecute them.
today. Okay, Vice President Chavez, that's it for our general public comments today.
Okay, thank you. General public comment is now closed. Next, we'll move on to multiple agenda item comment. This is an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item, when there is one, to do so during multiple agenda item comment for up to 1 minute per item, up to a total of 3 minutes per meeting. So let's see, do we have any public comment in person for the item or on the virtual platform?
We have no in-person comment cards and 2 people on the virtual platform.
Okay, let's move to the virtual platform, please.
Thank you. Audit LA, you indicated you wish to speak on all items. We have 1 item on the agenda today, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. I want to put my vote, I know I don't get the vote, but for Commissioner Grant, because not only is he a wonderful commissioner, he's smart, he's always on time. No, he's always early. He always makes eye contact. Like when you just as somebody there who comes there, I always feel listened to. I always feel respected. If I see him in the hall or outside, he's always going to stop and not only acknowledge me, but stop and chat for a minute. And I know he's a very busy man, but he makes me feel like I'm an important, valuable member of the community. He doesn't ever seem tired, like, oh man, here you guys keep going again. Like, I get the feeling like he would just love to make all these things, like, would love to fix all these things if he could, if it was within his power to do so. And maybe if he's president, he will be able to do more or lead it more to where, like I said, this lawyer is saying that they're sick of me coming here talking about enforcing everything. That he wouldn't be saying that if there wasn't things to
Thank you.
enforce. So their own admission.
That's all your time for today.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Audit LA.
Grant.
Lastly, we have Henri Marini. We have one item on the agenda today. You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
At the very least, at least Commissioner Grant has the professionalism and respect to look us in the eye and at least pay attention. And he was honestly the only board member in the year we've been coming here so far to actually uphold a cure and correct when it was so clearly in violation of. No other board member has done that. For all the differences and opinions I might have of Commissioner Grant, at the very least, he's willing to do his damn job and give the public the respect it deserves during the public comment time. And for that, I appreciate you, sir. I too support Commissioner Grant for the presidency. And again, I wish more people at least had the professionalism and the gall to stand up and do the right thing despite our difference of opinions. And to Commissioner Khorsand, when you're ready to get the story out, I know you had to support Mayor Karen Bass on her fraudulent Inside Safe program, but eventually when you're ready to get the
Thank
story
you.
out, I'll
That's
be
all your
there.
time for today.
So,
Vice President Chavez, that's it for our multiple agenda item commenters this morning.
Wonderful. Let's now move on to our first and only agenda item of the day. We have, I'm going to turn over, actually, the presiding officer duties to our executive officer, Ms. Mattson.
Thank you, Vice President Chavez. Good morning, Commissioners. Elise Mattson, Executive Officer with the Board of Public Works. Item 1 on today's agenda is the special election for President of the Board of Public Works. As required by the City Charter and pursuant to the Board Rules of the Board of Public Works, Chapter 6, Election and Appointment of Officers, Board Rules, numbers 29 and 30, the Board shall elect one of its members as President and Vice President, respectively, by a majority open vote by ballot. On May 3rd, the former President, Commissioner Khorsand, resigned as a member of the Board of Public Works. Therefore, the position of President is vacant and requires an election and appointment of this office. Commissioners, at this time, I would like to take any nominations that you have for the President of the Board of Public Works for the remainder of fiscal year 2024-2025.
It's my privilege, with respect to public comment notwithstanding, to nominate Commissioner Steve Kang as President, to serve as President of the Board of Public Works. His enthusiasm, his energy, his commitment to ensuring that every community is well served by our infrastructure and public works. He's an excellent choice.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion moved by President Pro Tem Grant, seconded by Commissioner Mitchell, to elect Commissioner Kang as President of the Board of Public Works. Before taking a vote on this nomination, I'd like to ask if there are any other nominations for this position. Seeing none, is there any discussion on this motion? Seeing none, is there any opposition to this motion? Seeing no opposition, we will take a roll call vote on the nomination of Commissioner Kang to the position of President of the Board of Public Works, starting with Vice President Chavez.
An enthusiastic aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
Very good. Commissioner Mitchell.
Aye.
Great. All ayes, and the vote to elect Commissioner Kang to the position of President of the Board of Public Works for the remainder of fiscal year 24-25 is unanimous. A huge congratulations to Commissioner Kang, now President Kang, as President of the Board of Public Works. I will, yay! I will now return presiding officer duties to the chair, President Kang of the Board of Public Works.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you to my colleagues, executive officer, city attorney, and to all those in the audience. Thank you for coming out. First, I want to send my heartfelt thanks to Mayor Karen Bass for her confidence in me, to all of you, to my colleagues, for the trust that you have given me today to lead the Board of Public Works at a critical juncture, and to our outgoing president, Vahid Khorsand, for his leadership over the past 6 months. So I look forward to working with each and every one of you, and thank you very much for this honor. And as a final tribute, this month signifies Asian American and Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So it is very meaningful for me to be not only just a president, but also the first Asian American president in our board's history during the month of May. So thank you very much for this honor. And with that, Executive Officer, we have cleared our desk.
Yes, we've cleared the desk.
So the time is 10:18 a.m. and we'll adjourn today's meeting.
Thank you.